I got two eyes, try to see the way the world turned, what happened to me. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream. Chance I get. You can't change nothing if you don't do that. I pay my taxes even when it hurts. Sometimes I think though it's just getting worse. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see.
Happy Valentine's Day to all our sweethearts out there. Baby, I hope you enjoyed your day. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. It is Sunday indeed, Valentine's Sunday. So the hearts, where's Stephanie Dean and Jake Clayton? They're a romantic couple of the Blue Dot family right at the moment, just full of flowers and chocolate. Obviously, Cheryl Cashman and her cohort, Cashmate, were first ones to jump in. We appreciate that. And sure enough, there's Jake. Sorry, it's cold record. High at 89 in Florida. You stole our weather. I was wondering where it went. Now I know. It ain't here, baby, because it's mighty cold. Randy Peterson says, woo, frozen pig, buddy. I bet it's already below freezing here. The Remixtress is with us. Michael James, our buddy out in California. John Heron, our resident archaeologist. Heidi ho, buddy. Sarge Tech is with us. Dizzy Duke, Dwayne Dwizzle, Dizzy Duke. I'm sorry, I had to move the mice there. Charlotte Peck is with us. Randy Curvin, Rant and Randy, thank you for being here. Martha Oliverio, Karen Van Wyk, Dennis Utenheimer, Brett Greathouse, thank you for being here. Miss Linda, a.k.a. How you doing, Marianne? Anyway, Valerie Wood Rosado, because she changed her name to protect the innocent. Actually, she got married. Anyway, CWZW, glad to see you here. David Billings, Pat Hunter, Bethy Brown, baby, thank you for being here. Tina Riley is with us. Donna Sturdivant, I assume you're up in Oklahoma City. Got my box right up there. Thank you very much, darling. Cassie Hicks, Sonia C, I seen go by. Big Johnson's in the room. Anyway. Well, it all came to an end yesterday. The trial, as we call it. I put out a little message today earlier, just when I went to the truck, because it's freezing ass cold. It's 30 degrees right here right now, and it ain't going to get no higher than that for the next several days. As a matter of fact, our projected low for tomorrow is 11 degrees. This is South Texas, mind you, and I know where my weather went. And Travis just got a notice on his phone just a little while ago that said we are have the possibility of snow here in the next 15
few minutes.
Yeah, next few
So
minutes.
I'm
There's
keeping an eye out
moisture
on that
coming
shit.
up from the south, so we might have snow yet. So whoever left that door open, please close that thing. It is freezing down here for poor people like me. I ain't used to this shit. Yes, Donkey's getting cold. That's right. She don't like it either. She's huddled up in her stall over there, but she's fine. All our animals, we've worried about them and made sure everybody is fine because temperature is going to. The most worry we have are the little cats that are out there that we couldn't wrangle for shit anyway. We've got several boxes made with, lots of padding and stuff. And of course, there's lots of places they disappear to, so I'm sure they'll be fine too. But anyway, trial's over. 57 to 43. We got 7 Republicans. Hell, we ought to be celebrating the street. I don't think so. We got 7. We should be celebrating that there were 7 out of the whole stinking Republican Party over there that had the courage to stand up and call it out for what it was. 43 of them were cowards who rested their case on something that had already been decided. The constitutionality of the trial after the man has left office. But that was all, it was pre-planned. Everything was the attack was pre-planned. The plan after the insurrection, when he was impeached, and Mitch McConnell was gone and would not recall the Senate, so there was nobody to give the article of impeachment to until after Donnie left. And then lo and behold, they used, oh, well, he's not here anymore as the excuse. The thing that pissed me off was the pure arrogance of Mitch McConnell coming out directly after the vote, to proclaim that he knew all along that Donnie was guilty, that he should pay for his crimes, blah, 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 blah. Trying to rewrite history within minutes of it being written. To proclaim that he knew. I knew all along. Well, why did you put out a message that you was going to quit his ass? You put that message out before the vote. Hey, I'm going to quit, everybody. Seems like a plan almost. So now they could defer their anger so they can say, well, we knew he's guilty, but I couldn't do it because of the Constitution. It's a bullshit lie because it was voted on by the Senate, approved by the Senate. But I guess the Senate doesn't have to live by what they rule on. That's a lesson I learned from that. Of course, I've learned a lot of freaking lessons. Oh, shit, I was going to say after the last 5 years, but I'd say over the last, I don't know, 50 fucking years, that every time that there's a Republican in our house, things seem to turn to shit. And every time there's one in there, the shit seems to get deeper. Aren't you looking forward to the next time we elect one of these idiots in? How deep? And that might not be long, baby. That might not be long at all. Lord, Senate running North Carolina. Well, ain't that a pisser? Going to have to start primarying some of them Republicans that's already there. Going to boot them out their ass because he's back. And until there is a criminal trial, as Mitch McConnell suggested, if there's a trial. But in the meantime, baby, he has the Republican Party. He is still the Republican Party. His little message afterwards, where he framed the Democrats as people who had a free pass to denigrate the rule of law. Really? Denigrate the rule of law. Isn't that what I just watched on TV? Isn't that what I just saw on freaking TV? Brought to you by the Republican Party, the denigration of the rule of law. The rule of law was that the United States Senate voted that it was constitutional. That's it. It's constitutional. Throw that shit out the window. Any other jury out there, you'd be admonished to even consider it in the deliberations. Democrats have been allowed a free pass to cheer on mobs. Cheer on mobs. Talking about last summer. Are you shitting me? Did you see the mob? Did you see the insurrectionist at our our Capitol? He's talking about us giving him a free pass. Are you shitting me? He says that we have been able to defame law enforcement. Hey, who was trying to kill him up there? That wasn't Antifa. That wasn't Democratic Moms for Peace or the Democrat this or Democrat. No. This was the scumbag party of Trump. That's who showed up. That's who defamed law enforcement. You know, we protect the blue. We back the blue. Yeah, they'll beat your head in. They'll beat you over the back. They don't give a shit. Excuse rioters. Excuse rioters. Us, the Democrats. What do you call that? An acquittal on an insurrection, except for an excuse to them. And he said that we were turning justice into a tool of political vengeance. That we can prosecute, blacklist, cancel, and suppress their vote, their voice. Lindsey Graham said it all, baby. Went on Fox News. Donnie is excited about 2022, the midterms. Let me tell you something, baby. We have much work to do for 2 years. And we're going to have a lot of fun along the way. But we cannot lose sight of how important it is to keep a blue wave moving, to keep it gaining speed and height. Because this menace, although diminished right now, is going to try to come back, baby, and it's coming back with a vengeance. Hey, Laura Trump's running in North Carolina, baby. So we cannot give up this shit. Anyway, let's get on with the show here. Before I do, let me catch up here. Travis has let me know that Karen Van Wyk donated $5 and said, Happy Valentine's Day, Blue Dots. On another note, fuck those Republican traitors. Indeed, Karen, indeed. And Ben Stroud donated $5 and said, I had the perfect title for your next live show, The Day the GOP Spineless Jellyfish Chose the Party Over Country and the Cowards They Truly Are. Fuck Trump. My sentiments exactly. And my buddy Ohio Dad 70, my friend Joe and his buddy Steve, his cousin Steve, up in Ohio, Cincinnati, donated $5 and said 30 plus dishonored 30 plus dishonored oath breakers. Sad. Indeed, Joe, indeed. I owe you a call, buddy. I need to give you a call. I need several people I need to call. Diana Mallory, bequeather of the Gong and Secret Squirrel, donated $5 and said, we hoped, but we knew. Now it is time to start the criminal charges for the criminal charges to start, and we get to see the Republican Party implode. Indeed, baby, there's a divide in there. There is a divide within the Republican Party. We're going to be privy to the whole circus of the fight between the two. Okay, before we bring in our guest, I need to make the standard announcement here that I sent out a message earlier that this meeting was a meeting of the Deep State Secret Society, and that you were required to bring your decoder ring. So at this time, if you have not already turned on your decoder ring and set it to the appropriate secret society settings and turn that on, I'll give you a few seconds to do that. If you do not do that, you will not be able to hear the show anymore. you will just see our lips moving, and you will not be able to hear it. So, as part of the secret system. Got it. All right, now that we have that done. So, assuming that everybody already has their decoder ring on, and if not, please just stand by. You can laugh at all my lip moving and everything. Cheryl Cashman, how are you, dear?
I'm doing great, doing just great.
Good. I can hear you. That means I have my decoder ring on.
I
Set
got
right.
mine. Got it out of my little box from the 70s and
And it
found
still
it
worked.
and put that on. Oh, yeah.
See?
And I was surprised it worked in 2021 after the 2020 we had. So
I know it.
I'm surprised that these decoder rings still work.
It took a licking, but it kept on ticking. Cheryl, I was tickled to death to see you over at Robin Kincaid's show on Friday on the front porch over there. You, along with Johnny Fly and Velda, came over. I thought that was cool. While I was on the air with Robin and y'all came on there, I was glad to find y'all found your way over there. It's a great show. But
I really enjoyed it, and I was like, okay, let me go see if I could figure. You're always going to be my first.
Oh, baby, thank you.
And I was like, okay, I got to figure this out. And figured it out. And Johnny Fly and I were both trying to figure it out, and he figured it out, and he got in. So it was really nice. Good group of people.
It is indeed.
We'll try and pop back in there when I can.
Yeah, I usually try to pop in there on Fridays. Sometimes our schedule gets crossed, and I get tied up trying to get my upload done or something, and I don't get a chance to get on there. But anytime I get on there, I learn so much from that guy. That young lady, I'm sorry, and it's just another source of I don't know. She's sort of like a mentor to me. When I first started this, I started listening to him a little bit and started getting his knack, but I still can't run my mouth like him. Anyway, Cheryl, I thought that was great that y'all popped in over there.
Just glad to do it.
Yeah, and talking about that, Chris.
Hey, John, how are you?
I'm doing fine. See, we get a little bleed over from the Horn family over there.
Cheryl was hanging out with the boys on the back porch for a long time.
Was she?
Yeah, I snuck in a little late, and I'm like, ooh, it's just the boys.
Ah, well.
Yeah, we had a good time.
They needed a little feminine influence on them. I'm sure.
We certainly did. It always helps. It always helps.
It does. Brings a little sanity back to the group. Anyway,
yeah, we enjoyed that. We enjoyed everybody coming over to the front porch and the back porch afterwards, and yeah, it was terrific. It was a good time. So, speaking to you from the frozen tundra here in Portland, Oregon.
Oh Lord!
To your frozen tundra down there in Corpus Christi, huh?
Yes, it is. It is. When I walked back here, it was 30 degrees, and we're going down. This is highly unusual. What is it? It's not even 6 o'clock in the evening here yet. This is not going to be a pretty 2 days for us down here. Not at all.
I hope you don't get an ice storm like we got. Yeah. One swept through starting Thursday night into Friday.
Really?
I've been out without power since late Friday night after the back porch was over, thankfully. And so I've been having to power up the beamer to keep my phones charged. But I just got the fireplace going, and my neighbor's house was like half of it looks like it got crushed by a walnut tree that split in half.
Damn.
So there's trees falling everywhere. We got big trees in Oregon, we ain't got no little shit trees. No. We got the big ones. Yeah.
Yeah, when they
so it's awful scary around here.
I would imagine. Anywhere that's why I live down here. It's not supposed to be here. I can't wait for it to turn around and go away. Go away, shit. I don't like it at all. Anyway, Chris, thank you. David, out in California. Brother, how is it there?
Me gustan las mascaras de cabra.
Ah, comrade, it's freezing ass cold, huh? Are you over in Siberia? Are you cold?
The password for this meeting?
Oh.
Masks and
Yes, mask and decoder ring. I assume your decoder ring is on because you can hear me.
My voice might be muffled by my goat mask, though. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. It's not interfering with mine. Which is
Yeah, John.
evidently a
It's supposed to get down to 50 degrees for us tonight. So
God,
yeah. I'm
no,
cold.
see, that's what I'm used to. That's winter. 50. That's winter. I could live with 50 right now. Wouldn't like it, not one bit at all. But evidently,
John,
I'm
we're
liking
all
the whole
freezing our shiny heinies off,
I
John.
mean, there you go. If you have not gotten shiny hiney, look that up on Google, please. You too will have a shiny hiney. David, thank you. And speaking of shiny hiney and the marvelous elf tree, Sparky Dunk, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine, John. I was just looking to see what the temperature was here. I'm sorry to hear you're getting hit by winter climate change.
I mean to tell me that shit ain't real. Don't tell me that's not real. This is not normal.
This is real.
Yeah, oh yeah.
This is what's going to happen. It's going to get colder in the winters and hotter in the summers.
The storms will get
Sparky,
bigger
it's a Democrat hoax.
Yeah, it's
Sparky,
a hoax. You
haven't you heard?
If you close your eyes and hold your hands over your ears, you won't notice it a bit.
Just tune into Newsmax.
Until you get that coughing and can't breathe, wheezing kind of shit going on.
And one thing that's
just hold your breath. Huh?
One thing this impeachment hearing has shown us, we ain't going to get no climate change legislation done unless you get rid of the filibuster.
You know,
even then, Sparky, Manchin, Mr. Manchin.
Yeah,
I don't
Joe
trust
Manchin.
him as far as I could throw him.
No, none of us can really. I'm surprised he even voted on the impeachment. Voted guilty.
John, can I interject a positive element though?
Sure.
I'm trying to be positive about the impeachment. Find some silver lining in this.
Right.
Those
would be good.
House managers and the way they presented their case and the literally master class they gave on how to present a case gave me hope. There are a lot of young, wonderful people in that group that are smart and sharp and on the ball and will fight, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So I'm taking that as a positive out of that. I know we lost. I think we were going to lose going into it. But good Lord, we got some good people in that house.
I think we all knew, and we talked about it before the trial, that it was a rigged election. I mean, a rigged trial. That they have a tendency to put words in my mouth. It was a lockdown win for them. It didn't matter what the defense lawyers came out there and juggled around or farted out their ass. Whatever they did, they were going to get an acquittal. So they didn't have to put on much of a show at all. 3 hours after a 2-day presentation. You know, we knew what we had.
It was a lot of table banging, as Bob says, how the lawyers speak.
Yeah, not much there, just a lot of yelling. You know, no substance, no truth. As a matter of fact, there's that guy's closing statement, Vanderveen, I guess his name was, pack of fucking bullshit, just to make it sound good. Packaged up, put a bow on it. Here you go. I'm throwing this bullshit at you. Let's vote. They didn't care, and that's the sad part of this whole exercise to me, is that. It was an exercise in futility. It demonstrated that not only the whole process from the time of the impeachment, it was a plan by Mitch McConnell to make sure that the trial started after Trump left office. And then when it was brought in, when the subject of the jurisdiction and whether or not it's constitutional, even though after the Senate, along with bipartisan support, supported the fact that it was constitutional to do so. The remaining 43 senators disregarded the Senate's own ruling and just stuck with their lips glued to Donnie's ass. I think that's going to come back to haunt them, though. Who is it? Tom Tillis? Is he North Carolina?
Yeah. He barely hung on by the skin of his.
Well, guess who's coming to town, baby?
Ass.
It's the other one. It's Burr.
Burr? Is he?
Yeah, he's not running again.
Which one's up?
He's retiring.
Oh, Burr's retiring.
Yep.
Okay.
There's four of them four senators who are retiring.
If Laura Trump steps in and runs for that seat and gets it, mind you, Well, it doesn't matter whether she wins or not. They might follow the same game plan and declare their winner regardless, and it's another stolen election. It was rigged, all that kind of shit. That's what we're looking at from now on with the
I think they can
Republicans.
find a good Democrat in North Carolina.
I would think so. We have North Carolinians, blue dots. So yeah, I
Asheville.
Huh?
Someone should step up soon. It's like we've got a lot of people who have already stepped up in several states, running against Republicans. So somebody needs to jump in quick.
We do, because it's only 2 years. It's 2 years,
Yeah.
less than 2 years before Election Day in the midterms. So yeah, if they're going to run, somebody needs to start throwing that hat out in the ring. Let me catch up here real quick before we get behind. Diana Mallory, bequeather of the gong, came back with another $5 and said, "Watch for Glenn Kushner's post on YouTube today. Join the fight. Thousands have already signed up to press criminal charges in all 50 states." I believe they have standing. I think all 50 states have standing. They've all been hurt in one way or another by this madman. And Anthony Lester donated $5 to Super Chat and said, "The Valentine's Day massacre was actually January 6th. Justice is coming." I hope so. I hope it comes hard. There's nobody that's going to stand up for these people when they're in court. These people were insurrectionists and as Mitch McConnell said, should suffer the full extent of the law. Catman 56, my buddy Keith up in Minneapolis, donated $3 and said, "We will close the weather door." Sorry about that, Texas. Close the door, Bob.
Too late.
Quick.
Too fucking late.
Turn the fucking heater on and point it this way, brother. And Michael J. donated $5 and said, "If Trump gets convicted of any crimes as a private citizen, can it prevent him from running for any government office?" No. Well, wait. If
Felony.
it's a felony. If it's a
Has to be
felony.
felony.
No, wait a minute. I'm thinking. Does that really disqualify them? Wouldn't that be
Well,
up
can't
to the
Congress?
If it's a
Isn't
felony,
Congress-
he'll be if he was convicted, he'd go to prison.
Yeah.
Can't Congress bring
For
up
over a year.
vote on the 14th Amendment to I guess Article 3 or something like that?
Article 3 of
And it only needs a majority to pass that he can't vote. He can't run again.
it seems to me, yes, Cheryl, because
Bill
was
will be
part
able to
of
tell us about that.
that was part of Tim Kaine's deal that they were working out. They were trying to do, instead of a trial, they wanted to censor him and take a vote for him not to be able to run again.
Yeah,
But then
and that
Is
just
that
needs
a simple majority?
that would have
just a
been
majority.
yes, that would have been a simple majority thing.
And that's what Mitch McConnell wants. He wants the Democrats to do all the dirty work for his group
Exactly.
that they don't have the spine to stand up and do. And then they'll, make it look like the Dems are, bad people again. But
Yeah.
that's exactly what they want. They
There's
want
the
the
Dems
AG
again.
of DC to bring a case against Donald Trump,
How
for
can you
the
trust those
insurrection
Democrats? See all the crooks they let them get away with? See all yeah. They let them get away with? Yeah. That's them.
Yep.
Boy, howdy.
The Senate Republicans couldn't give two shits about the constitutionality of any.
No.
And never have, never
That
will.
was the excuse that they used to support their treason. They turned their back on as an oath as a senator. They turned their back on the oath as a juror. We saw that prominently displayed by several of them. Was there 15 at one time left the freaking room? Really? You're a juror. Aren't you interested in this shit? Don't you, have an interest in what happened and why it happened and who did what? No. You're out in the freaking hallway.
Republicans are more concerned about a president getting a blowjob and lying about it than somebody who actually sent it.
You think about that, Cheryl.
I do think
what
about
was the
that.
Clinton? Yeah, she did. The Clinton impeachment, I think, lasted 31 freaking days. 31 freaking days. They wanted witnesses. Bring out the blue dress. We want, everything.
Yeah.
And we had to
One of the
listen.
spectacle.
That's
we
right.
had to listen. We had to listen to Brett Kavanaugh tell us all about the size and shape of
Yes. Think about that.
Bubba's
Supreme Court
penis.
judge
Yeah.
currently sitting was talking about the size and everything and the shape and just for evidence.
Dimple or whatever. Dimple.
That is
pimple,
what the
yeah.
Republicans did in an impeachment trial. Ours lasted 5 days, no witnesses. Let's go. That's out of all of this, and I'm not hating on the House managers. They did a superb job of providing the evidence, showing it to them in their face. This is what happened. This is it. Look at here. This guy. This is what he said. This is what he said for months. It's a big lie. Blah blah. Everything. To no avail. And then
even McConnell afterwards admitted that.
Indeed.
He admitted the wrongness of it.
Indeed.
He admitted the criminality of it. But
hey, it's
But he still voted to
unconstitutional.
acquit. I mean, come on.
Bill Jones, how are you, my friend?
I'm well, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Still a little upset, because what happened,
yesterday.
what we expected to happen, happened. Even when you're prepared for it, it's no bueno for shit.
But that's okay. We can. We have a couple good things coming up. We have a year and a half from now. We got 2022 voting. That's a good thing.
Yeah, in North Carolina, evidently he's going to be in play because Laura Trump.
I would not worry about Laura Trump running in this state.
You don't think so?
Since the election, which, as you know, was 3 months ago.
Seems like a lifetime, don't it?
Yeah, his numbers, Trump's numbers have plummeted because of the insurrection and several other things. If the election was held today, he would have lost this state by double digits. He has lost 16 points.
Oh my God!
And that's going to continue. I think the more, and we are going to see criminal trials on, because there's already a lot of. Georgia's got one, New York's got one, and fixing to have a whole bunch more. So he is going to be diminished over the next 2 years tremendously, and there will be an exodus from the Republican Party. I think. I'm hoping that they come to their senses. Robert Herron, you think they'll do it?
Can you hear me? Okay.
Your decoder ring on. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me all right now?
No, still can't hear you. You got to turn on your decoder ring.
Damn. Well, I got something I want to read to you out of the Palmer report that I'm looking at right now.
Okay, I can hear you.
Okay,
all right.
Here we go. Ready?
Ready.
All right. It says we need to kind of back up here a little bit. For instance, the Washington, D.C. Attorney General let it be known that last night he's looking to criminally charge Trump for insurrection. This is infinitely more important than impeachment. Perhaps he asked Democrats not to screw up his prosecution by calling witnesses. It's also possible that one or more of the witnesses charged in their story, one of the more of the witnesses charged in their story and therefore would not backfire, right? There are all kinds of plausible exceptions for what just happened. Democrats stupidly caved is not one of them, because the Democrats are not stupid cavers. We really, really, really need to learn to avoid jumping straight into all is lost hope. The Democrats have just stupidly caved. Routine is not what just happened. And the district attorney's got a plan laid out. I mean, obviously, if they can charge him with the crime of insurrection and everything that happened criminally, it's far more devastating to him than the impeachment.
True.
If
He might face firing squad.
So they're saying don't jump into saying all is lost and Democrats cave, because we didn't cave.
No, I don't think all is lost at all. Our job is still set the same in stone. Our job is to promote as many Democrats as we can. That's the deal. We got to push, and we got to push hard. We got to keep this blue wave going.
It goes on to say, we deserve answers as to what happened that day, but we'll get them soon enough. I warn you from day one not to let the media suck you into... Hold on here, I got to...
Turn the page.
Yeah, it says...
got to get past that ad.
Not to suck you into the fictional notion that the impeachment trial was crucial and that his getting away with all of it, if he's not convicted in it, he's not getting away with this.
No, well,
He's
you know,
not
Mitch
gonna-
McConnell told us that he ain't got away with it yet. I love the way Mitch McConnell threw that "yet" in there.
Mitch McConnell
This
just
is playing games.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he enforced his guilt. He called him guilty, literally called him guilty. But at the same time, he said, no, we're going to support this technicality, making us the law and order people, and we'll let the law and order people deal with
but
them.
that just to me that doesn't fly, Robert. The law and
No, it
order
doesn't.
thing,
He shifted
it
the
doesn't
blame
mean
onto
shit
them.
to me because within their own Senate they voted on that within this trial, and what it tells me is that the senators believe that regardless of what the Senate rules pass or whatever the vote is, they don't have to abide by it. So I'm willing to take the same attitude. Fuck them.
Oh, yeah,
I am
no, they-
so not wanting to work with any
They're
of these
so-
traitors,
Yep.
except in the area of getting them removed, and not not only these senators but the 140 some odd congressmen that participated in this shit, including mine, Michael Cloud, down here in District 27 in Texas. Just look him up. He's a traitor and an asshole who hides.
Yep, all of them. Yep. 14th Amendment, Article 3 applies to
And
every
my plan
single
is
one of them.
I want to somehow get me here a screen in front of me on that I can manipulate that for every state, what senator and what congressman is running in 2022. So I have a good direct line of every state. I want to be able to click on it and eventually have like a, what do you call it? Like a spreadsheet.
You want me to feed you that
spreadsheet.
information as I find it? Because I've been doing research on that.
Yeah.
You want your own dashboard.
I want a dashboard where I can push buttons. You want to know what buttons I have? It's a sad thing because I only have a few buttons, and buttons don't do a whole lot, but I'm proud of my buttons. But if I want to throw you under the bus, I will flat throw your ass under the bus, and I don't really give a shit if you get hurt or not because I'll fucking
And it
slap
makes-
the shit out of
And
you.
John, it makes sense. It makes sense he wouldn't call the witnesses in the impeachment trial, because if they did that and they blew their hand, they blow their card for a criminal trial, that would be bad.
Well,
I
don't know
like
how
that. That makes a lot of sense.
that does make sense, but I don't know how they could have done that.
Hey, guys! Can I just piggyback on what was said about the Senate again?
Sure.
Mitch McConnell has shown us for more than a decade how this game is played with switchblades and razor wire, and I would expect absolutely nothing less this right now from the
three
Democrats.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right?
it's all nice. It's all fine to do it with a smile and a shake of the hand, as long as this ultimately the shiv goes in.
Yeah.
And I think Joe's learning how to use that shiv nice and nice and slow. And he invited all the Republicans up for the $1.9 trillion deal. Hey, give me your sales pitch.
Yeah.
Just like on
Yeah, I'm
what's the name of
trying.
that?
I'm
Shark?
trying here. I'm giving you an opportunity, and they didn't take it.
Yeah. What's the name of that show with the Cuban and those guys? That Shark.
Oh, Shark Tank?
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
Yeah.
Just like, give us your pitch.
Yeah.
And then he said, well, it was a nice pitch, I have to say. And now we're proceeding ahead as planned.
As
the
Thank you for that.
as the American people demand.
Yeah.
Right? And that's the way this game's got to be played for the next 2 years with the razor wire and switchblade.
Get
And
rid of the
There's only-
filibuster.
There's
Got to
only
get rid
two-
of the filibuster.
Yes, that filibuster shit. That's as long as the Republicans are allowed to use that, they're going to still play the game of delay and deny. And
Oh, that was some two-faced bullshit that Mitch McConnell just did. I'm telling you what.
I'm telling you.
he's the king of it.
Yeah, he
he's
is the
master.
king of it. He is. He's done
He's
it
the
over and
Sith
over
Lord
to
of-
us. He set
He's
this
the
shit
Sith
up.
Lord of hypocrisy.
He
Yes.
knew exactly as soon as he was impeached what Mitch was going to do. Mitch knew. Just as long as he didn't accept it until after Donnie's gone. The trial is after Donnie's gone, and oh, look, we can't, Mitch, the name of Mitch's book is The Long Game. Mitch isn't just coming pulling shit out of his ass for today. No. He's got a plan. He's got to work it all out. And that's what his plan was here. Anyway, Sarge Tech came in and donated $5 and said the bank robber stole 100. There you go. Thank you. The bank robber stole 100,000 and 5 people were killed, but he left the bank, so we can't prosecute him. Does that
That's
make
it.
sense? Hell no. Sad. Indeed, Sarge Tech.
Not what they're saying to
That's
us.
what they're saying. Well, he's not here anymore, so hell, we can't do anything. What about these 5 dead people and all the money missing? Well, we'll form a commission. We'll try to find out what happened. Ben Stroud donated $5 and said, "My fellow Blue Dots, it's 0 degrees right here now with minus 15 wind chill and a light snow shower is not going to get above freezing till Friday." Oh, man.
Well,
Ben.
at least they're light.
Yeah,
at
man,
least they're only light snow showers.
Light snow.
So you got that going.
You got to look for the silver lining, I guess. And Diana
I
Mallory
guess so.
came back with another $5 and said, "If I was Vice President Kamala, I would press defamation charges on Lindsey." Ooh. Lindsey is running his mouth, and he's going to get. Oh, Lindsey's going to get squashed like a bug sooner or later, and I'm going to enjoy every second of that.
Karma's coming.
And Ben Treese donated $1 through Super Chat. We appreciate it, Ben. And Tammy Ames, Nana Lovely, donated $5 and said, "I noticed 2 omissions. Protocol 45, not only amen to bunker, and money trail. Something coming because they know." Oh, baby. They all know that's the problem. And they voted to acquit him anyway.
I keep waiting for when the pictures are going to drop of Precious Lindsay with the pool boy, and what desk they're going to drop on.
He's going to be incriminated for that phone call to Georgia along with Trump.
Georgia's criminal case right now is ongoing, and that is it. But that is why Bean, whatever his name is, brought that up in the argument on the floor of the Senate. Why would he bring that up? It looks bad on Donnie. He brought it up because he knew that the jury was locked for him. Donnie didn't have to pick the right lawyers. Donnie just had to pick the right jurors, and that's what Donnie did.
Right. They were the bank robbers, and they got to judge him.
Donnie got to pick his jurors, and so the lawyering didn't really matter. But he brought up that phone call in the case, and when he did, I said, well, what's he doing that for? And I got to thinking, because that's the criminal case that's coming.
Right.
And he is trying to set the stage that this innocent phone call, it is blown out of proportion, and this is ridiculous. They're setting it up. They know what's coming. They know it's coming. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the Georgia case. And like I said, New York has a stack of them.
New York will be first, though.
I'm looking forward to see that whirlwind come loose. Because they're not going to do it. There's money involved, baby. So, yes.
Anyway, there's about, I think 5 or 6 more people waiting in the queue, and I don't want to hog space here, so I'd like to make a quick point, and I'll let you go and talk at a night when there's not so many people trying to get in.
All righty. What you got, Bill?
But I felt the Mitch McConnell thing, everybody was saying like he was two-faced. I think Mitch is smart. Mitch has been doing this for 30-some years, folks.
I'm telling you, this was a plan.
I agree with you, Bill.
Well, I never said he was stupid. Never.
No, I agree with you.
My point is this, is when he went on the Senate floor 10 minutes after he voted to acquit him, he come out there saying, well, Donnie's, guilty and all this. In my mind, he did that for a reason, because just recently, in the last 30 days, you have noticed that the corporations in Wall Street cut the GOP, and Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham cut them out. They're not funding them anymore. They're not giving them any more money. I think it was a ploy to Wall Street saying, okay, guys, I'm here. We'll still do your bidding.
Hey, Bill.
I think he was being slick.
Bill, I think he's trying to save face, and I think he's going to let them, the criminal people, prosecute him, and then that way he doesn't have to say it's our fault. That he just handed it over.
In the end, it's a play to do that, and then he's going to throw it and say, "See, look what the Democrats did."
Right.
They want the Dems to do all the dirty work.
He does that with every issue.
Oh,
he plays the game. He plays the game, sucks it up, saying, "Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, by the way." Finger pointing, projection. That's the way the Republicans operate. And Mitch is he is a pro at it, man.
Oh, absolutely.
He is a pro at it.
That was a definite move for he did it exactly, knew what he was doing when he did it.
But the one good thing is that come 2022, and folks, that's a year away. We're not far from 2022.
Nope.
The Democrats can take that little floor speech and use it in their advertisements. Big
Absolutely.
time. They can just put it back in his face. Well, Mitch, you said Donnie was needed to be prosecuted. Well, guess what?
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my point. A lot of people didn't see that. I think Mitch was just pandering, which is what he always does.
Yeah.
He wants that money to flow back.
Yeah, he wants
Oh,
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're going to lose a lot of money. Yeah.
And he's just going to shift the blame. The Republican Party's trying to save face. They don't want to admit that they're part of this. They'd rather let the other side prosecute him and push themselves away from him.
Yeah.
And then make themselves look like the good guys by doing
All
that.
43 of those senators will step forward and say, I knew he was guilty, but I was restrained with my hands behind my back by the Constitution to put justice to this. But I will. You're going to hear all sorts of freaking speeches coming from
You can't wash off the Trump stench.
No. You get that crap all of you, it just stinks forever.
I'm going to go ahead and let you go. You got about 45 minutes into the show, and you still got a half a dozen people that want to say something. So I'm a nice guy. I'll let them speak, and I'll come back a day
Who told you were a nice guy? Who told you that shit? Bill Jones, thank you, brother, for coming by. Take care of yourself.
I will rephrase this and say I try to be a nice guy.
There you go. You are indeed a nice guy, Bill. We appreciate your voice.
One of these days, give me a shout, and we'll talk pipes and tobacco
I
instead of all this politics shit.
Believe me, I got a list of people I need to make contact with. I really do.
Yeah, no worries. No worries, buddy. We'll do it one day. You take care, man. Be
you
safe,
too,
y'all.
Bill. Take care of yourself. Bill Jones.
Good night, Blue Dots.
Good night.
I'll bet you that stench that Sparky just talked about, I bet you it's a mix of rancid pumpkin and Mickey D's.
Probably so, because people down there in Mar-a-Lago, they don't want his ass living there. They want him to move because, as long as he's there, Mar-a-Lago is the home of golden sunshine, golden showers, and fine Russian hospitality. So
don't forget KFC.
Yeah, a lot of KFC business going on down there. Delivery now, though. It's pandemic.
What about the Big Macs?
I'm sure you're lying.
Yeah.
That's what.
Where's the Big Mac trucks? I mean, aren't they backing up to the door?
I'm pretty much sure they are, especially if guests are coming, because he wants to order a few for them too.
Right.
Yeah, the college football team. Remember that?
Yes, with the lineup of the hamburgers and that. How elegant. What class. I understand that melanoma
He just oozes class.
Yeah, melanoma's all upset
family.
because the magazines are clamoring over Dr. Jill Biden, First Lady, United States, and Melania ain't happy about this. She thinks they're doing it just to be rude. Well, of course they are. They're doing it just to spite your ass. God, talk about vain. Diana Mallory donated, not you, Diana Mallory, talk about vain. Melanoma. Because Marcia read me that story, and I'm thinking, what? Yeah, she's upset evidently because all the magazines, Bazaar and, the uppity, the more refined magazines for women, especially, are seeking interviews with Dr. Joe Biden. And Melanoma's just upset about it. She thinks they're only doing it because just to spite her.
How?
Go figure. Trump would think the world revolves around them. Diana Mallory came back and donated another $5 and said, only in America does the first one across the finish line lose, in reference to the 2/3 vote in the Senate to convict and the Electoral College. Where else but America?
Well, hey, John, the only time
the majority of the vote convicted him, and he still gets away with it.
Still gets away.
What the hell?
He's going to use it like a weapon. Let me catch up with one more here. Tim Torkelson donated $5 and said, I think the GOP will split. Some of them are legit, and the smarter ones will quit, and the rest can that arrow's in the way. The rest of them can take a shit and take a huge orange dump on Trump. So fuck Trump. There is going to be a split. I don't know if anybody y'all watched Bill Maher on Friday night. I did. And
No, John, he's already using this as a rally call. We won.
Oh,
Look, they're
he is.
witch hunt. You know,
it was in his. He attacked the Democrats with his little speech that he came out right after. The news press that he put out, where he's talking about the Democrats are using justice as a tool of political vengeance. You know?
Yeah, no apologies. No, apologies.
It's the same thing.
No
It's
remorse.
it's the ven.
Just,
He is what do they got? Projecting. He's calling us what he's doing again.
I know. He's just. Oh my God.
Blatantly does that. He would use justice as a political vengeance tool. We saw it.
No, they opened the door for a bad thing to come.
Well, you know, the sad thing is, the battle is within the Republican Party. We are going to be an audience to watch it. We're going to see the outcome. We're going to see who comes out on top. But there is a faction.
Our job is to keep driving that wedge, John.
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
Keep driving it hard.
It is.
And how do you think all these insurrectionists are going to feel that have been arrested by the FBI or still being sought, that their president who told them to come and break in and do the shit they did got off free? How do you think they're going to start to turn
they were
on him too?
100%.
They're going to be very sad.
They're going to start to turn on him. Not all of them,
Well,
but some of them.
okay, Cheryl.
They believed
that's
he
gonna
was
come
gonna.
up
They were
in
gonna. He was gonna pardon all of them.
Cheryl,
They
that's
truly
gonna come
believe
up
that.
Cheryl, that's going to come up in court. The attorneys are going to. They're going to be using those people as witnesses against him.
And the
Yeah,
thing
because
is,
they're going to be pissed.
There are already a number of them already turning on Trump and disavowing him now. I know
They'll be looking for plea bargains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're going to come in and testify. Why were you there? My president sent me there. The shaman guy, he's already doing. Hey, I was there because he told me to come.
His name is Buffalo
He's
Snowflake.
ready and waiting to testify.
And you know what we didn't hear about? We didn't hear about the January 5th meeting at the Trump Hotel with all of those people the night before. So that has to be something that the DC AG is holding on to.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Right.
The night
Now,
before
let's
the
just say for a
insurrection.
moment. Let's say for a moment that they've got evidence of contacts and his talking to these people
of conspiracy.
Right, that they didn't want to bring
A lot of them have
out.
been charged with conspiracy, and a conspiracy is a crime that requires communication between people to commit a crime.
Right, so maybe they didn't want to bring this out in the impeachment trial, but they'd rather bring it out in a criminal trial where they can really nail it.
Right.
Exactly. I'm going to bow out and let somebody else come in, but I'll see you guys in the blue room later.
All right, Cheryl. And again, thank you so much for coming in here, and thanks again for coming over to visit with Robin. And you made the Blue Dot family look proud, baby.
Well, I'll try not to embarrass the Blue Room family.
I'm sure you cannot. I'm sure.
We'll see you guys in a little bit.
No, you guys can't do that.
Nah, no.
I ain't going anywhere because I'm a selfish bastard.
That's what I'd say.
I got a lot to say.
I'm defending my territory. I'm walking here.
Hey, you know what, John? I'm going to jump out too because there are a lot of people that are waiting to say something. I pretty much said what I wanted to say. I wanted to read that article and say, criminal cases are coming.
Well, we can add more people. Nobody has to leave, but if you want to run out,
it's
go
just
party
easier
over there
people-
next door at the Blue Dot room. It's the Blue
It's just
room.
less people that have to talk over each other.
Well,
it's all good. And the criminal cases are coming. That's where they're really going.
That's where a lot of meat and potatoes is going to come from. That is where we're going to see our little piece of vengeance played out. I hope.
And when they start
then
connecting,
again, we're dealing with Trump, who has a history of tying everything you want to do up in fucking court forever.
Right, and every time
that motion, whatever.
When they have exploratory evidence that leads to a case, and that case leads to another case, they can really start going after him on all kinds of levels.
Yeah,
it's just about what they get out with their testimony from these people that are going to. They're going to turn on him because he doesn't care.
We have
He's
seen
us.
an injustice done in this impeachment trial. And as this shirt that I'm so proud of wearing says, when injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. So we just saw it. So that rage that we built up in 2016, we need to keep stoking that fire, baby, because the injustices have not stopped, and there must be accountability. Either through the Constitution or through the criminal justice system, one of the two.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So good night, Blue Dots. Keep the faith.
All right,
I'm gonna jump out.
Robert. Take care of Oregon for us, brother.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. And
Hey, John, remember one thing.
what?
If he starts going to criminal trials and the lawyer, your cash register is going to start ka-chinging.
Ka-chinging on his
If he
ass.
can, if he can find lawyers.
His big problem in a criminal case is going to be finding lawyers, and he's already going to have his cash
And
flow cut off.
Yeah, and the lawyer creed is get the money first.
Yeah, which you know what that means. You know, that means Donnie right now is cranking out requests for support, and we have just begun to fight, and the MAG has just begun, and we're coming back. I already got messages on my YouTube. Telling me to watch my step, that they've just begun. Oh yeah. Well, I told them every step I take is a step.
Yeah, I just want to say, hey John, those magazines you were talking about that are requesting interviews with Dr. Joe Biden and everything.
Right.
The only time they ever gave Melanoma the time of day was when she took off all her clothes.
Yeah. You can find her ass on a wing. You can find her walking across the floor with a towel right between her flus. Why would a woman be holding a towel right there?
And you saw
why. I'm just wondering
you
if
saw
somebody
it.
else knows.
You saw what the first lady did to the lawn on the White House with all them hearts.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Good.
Think Melanoma would ever thought about that?
Marcia put out a little note that said something about it was nice to have a loving family in the White House again. Because her feed is now not only he's acquitted and that means he's innocent, it's also starting to fill up with the old usual shit like, here we go again. Now we're going to allow a full-grown man to walk in a bathroom with a little girl. They're going to go back to their old hateful, homophobic bullshit that they always had before. Whilst they back off of him, I mean, they're
already doing it.
Yeah, but they're just going to go back to their old hateful shit.
Robin
assholes who want their religious freedom, huh?
Robin on her show's already covering all the states that are doing new bills against trans kids.
Yeah.
West Virginia just entered one the other day. A new bill come out, and I think there's 5 or 6 more states that are doing it.
I hope she continues to be.
I heard there was more than that, Sparky. Yeah.
For the transgender community, because there has to be. I just get into this whole thing. It's not up to your ass to determine who somebody else is. That's their ass. They get to determine that. Talk about your religious freedom or your freedom, your Second Amendment freedom, all the other freedoms you espouse, but you deny freedom to people for the basic identity of who they are.
Well,
how
you know what it
dare
is,
you?
John?
What is it, Johnny Fine?
You know what it is, John?
You in here?
I don't know. I found a crack, so I pushed my way through.
Hey, I saw your video, buddy. Good job.
Thank you. Okay, now let's hope I don't get a squirrel. What the hell was I going to say? See, it's your fault.
That is.
You're flaking off on me.
Hell no. It was my handsome, admiring good looks. That's what it was. Distracted your ass, and now you don't know what to say. Happens all the time, Johnny. I understand.
I looked at you on YouTube and was like, I'm speechless.
There you go. That's what hooked you in. It was my
I'm glad you liked it. I don't know what, but, I'll say something else, and maybe it'll come back to me.
Okay.
But I couldn't believe I watched that hearing, and then McConnell gets on, totally the opposite. He voted to acquit, and then he says, oh, well, he did do things wrong, and he incited the crowd, and I'm like, give me a fucking break.
I sat there the whole
time.
time.
What the hell was that all
thing.
About?
Really? Come on, Mitch. Immediately I saw it as trying to rewrite history, trying to make it to that he's I'm not the bad guy. I tried to tell everybody. He kept his mouth shut the whole time from the election all the way up to January 6th.
By the way, John, I just wanted to let you know, just to rub it in, it was almost 40 degrees up here. It was
Good.
almost 40
Keep your
degrees here.
damn bathing suit shit to your ass up there. I'm down here struggling. You said, y'all, I'm telling you,
You know,
my weather went to Florida. A chunk of it flew off. I guess it hit
I
you
feel-
up there.
Hey, I feel bad for you. Please be careful. Don't go out unless you have to.
I am not.
And make sure you have
I
a blanket
suspect
and
I'm
a
not.
kit.
That's the only fear I have right now is if we lose electricity. Holy shit. And I'm in a bind.
Well, I hope you're.
We are back. We are back. We're terribly sorry to everybody. A snowflake hit my antenna. What can I tell you? We're not used to blizzards down here, as Don. As somebody, we're not used to blizzards down here. So yes, we lost our internet momentarily. I apologize for that. Don Cheeto is the one that said we don't have them down here. I couldn't. And
just in case
Hey,
that
John
happens again,
does-
I'm going to go ahead and run the Patreon credits while we talk for a little bit longer. So just in case
I was
we
gonna
have
say,
any
John,
outages.
those snowflakes in Texas are awfully big.
We have the biggest snowflakes ever. Ever.
Well, they say everything's big in Texas, so I guess
That's right. We have the
snowflakes
biggest snowflakes,
are
and we have the biggest freezes than anybody. It's fucking going to be 11 degrees down. Okay. You know.
I really feel sorry for you guys. You know
yeah,
that
I
because
feel sorry for
that's
my ass
normal
too.
up here.
So
How'd you like to live up here and put up with that? Usually by January we get this type of weather that you're getting, but this year January was mild, and now we're getting the shitty weather in February.
shit, man. But you know, our coldest month usually is January anyway. That's
Right.
when the first real big cold fronts start hitting South Texas and all that shit. It's just you know. Doesn't I've said it many times. It comes on here, it comes down here, and it lasts a day or two, and it leaves. You know, we get down to the maybe 38. You know, at the low, but when my high and I'm looking out there all day is 30, shit, no, baby, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Yeah, John, that's how it is in Portland. Portland, I think, has a total of 2 ice trucks, or what do you call them? Salt trucks.
Salt trucks, yeah.
Salt truck. Yeah, I think we got 2 for the whole city, and we use them like once every 6 years. And
we got them down here because occasionally it does freeze down here. We get below freezing, but the only thing, it only lasts for maybe several hours, maybe 6, 7, maybe even 8 hours before it warms back up. We don't have a consistent 24 or 48 hour period below freezing. No, the trucks we have are more designed to just do for bridges and overpasses, because that's where the ice will accumulate.
Aren't they supposed to have 8 inches of snow up in Houston, John? That's what I thought I heard.
Yeah, I ain't worried about Houston. That's north. That's that's way north of me, baby. That's like Yankee land up there. No, I'm just shitting.
Well, I know they said you guys might get it too. I don't hope you don't get a lot.
No, we won't get a lot, but Travis is very interested. He's got his cameras ready. He wants to get some photographs and stuff and some video of it if it does, because it is that rare down here. Shit. You know, I've
Now just
always
get-
said that.
get ready.
If it snows in South Texas, everybody does the same thing. They run outside with their camera because they want to take a
Well,
picture
just
of that
be
shit to
careful.
prove it. Huh?
John, I don't
I
want
was
you
out at
throwing
midnight a couple
snowballs.
weeks ago shooting a picture of the snow before it left.
Really?
I don't want John. I don't want John to be throwing snowballs in the neighborhood now. We just
No,
have to
No,
restrain
John's going to
ourselves.
keep his balls in the house.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
this guy Johnny Five, by the way, donated
I
$5
didn't say
through Super Chat and said, "I think we need to watch that Trump and the Republicans are up to. He wants to get back into power and will push his minions into Congress. Fuck Trump." That is indeed the plan, Johnny Five. He's not done. He's already looking forward to 2022. And Ben Stroud donated $5 and said, "I wouldn't be surprised if Mitt Romney changes to independent or Democrat after this. I think he's done with the GOP. Fuck Trump and fuck Lady G." Indeed. You know, there's...
Yeah, they're the last good ones. They're the last good Republicans.
Yeah.
We've
I think
seen
it
them.
was at Kinzinger or something like that. Guy was on Bill Maher the
Yeah,
other night.
he's good.
He's the one that started that Country First program that he's starting over there. Good luck with him. I hope he goes far with it because these Republicans that have gathered inside the tent over there, they're not good people. These are white supremacist, neo-Nazi, crazy QAnon shitheads. Not exactly the face you want to put on a legitimate party. You know, when your mascot is a guy with horns and a spear, you know, maybe not so appealing to
That's
somebody
pretty
with brains
sick.
out here. And there's more and more people with brains out here. So
His name is Buffalo Snowflake.
Buffalo Snowflake.
Is that what that?
And all his friends are called the Skunk Grilling Gang.
Did you see Bill Maher make fun of him the other night with he said the guy had opened a shaman, you know, order your shaman shit here, you know, you can get your
Oh my
helmet, your
God.
spear and all this stuff. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Your shaman Shinola.
Yeah, your shaman Shinola to shine the Shinola out of your shit so you blend in with the regular Trump crowd. They try
I'd like
so
to
hard to
know.
polish their shit, but it's still Trump crap. It's crap. It's shit.
You know, John, I wonder what's he going to do when they say you have to eat the food that we have here, not this organic shit.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Well, after they sentence
I
him,
am
and
sorry
they
for
will
somebody who
sentence him.
has, unfortunately, in my life, long ago, has been incarcerated. Yeah, nobody gave a fuck about the food I got. As a matter of fact, most of the time I didn't want to eat that nasty shit. I liked it when I worked in the damn kitchen because I could make my own shit. Look at that. Uh-oh. Info. Wait a minute. Make that go away. Look at there. Pink. It is pink according to the weather map here in Corpus Christi, or on what is this? The weather app.
Ooh, pink is bad.
Oh,
right?
pink is bad, baby.
That's ice. I think that's ice. That's I.
I thought
Can
pink
you
was
imagine-
stuff.
Either sweet or
I thought pink
Can
was
you
stuff.
imagine that guy's plea bargain? That guy's plea bargain, he'll be like, "Yeah, I testify against Trump if you give me organic food."
You know, these guys, all these people, and there's going to be hundreds of them. They're all going to have their court case, and we're going to hear about every one of them. It'll be news every time one of these people goes to court and what it is that
Entertainment
they
for the
say.
next year.
And all of them
It'll
are going to
be-
go up there with the defense of I was there to represent my president, who invited me there that day, who sent
Yes.
me to there. That I was inspired by him. What
was
other
invited.
excuse?
I was told to go here. I was told to do this.
It's
Yes.
on video.
Yeah.
You most of them with video. Hey, Donnie told us to come here. You know.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's really interesting that one part where they're all in the lot, or in that one area with the guy with the horn just going, "Let's call Trump and ask him what he wants us to do.
Yeah.
Let's call him."
Yeah, I
let's call
remember
him.
that. I
It's
remember
right
that.
here on speed
Yeah.
dial.
Really?
You know.
Right?
It's got
Let's
the one with
let's
the
see what
orange
our
on it.
boss, let's see what our boss wants us to do next. And we're here. We did it. We did what he wanted us to do. Let's ask him what he wants us to do next. I mean,
Could you imagine what that call would be if they did?
well, can you imagine? See,
Call and go. Here, White House switchboard. Can we speak to the president, please? We're the rioters that are in the Capitol.
Yeah, we took it,
Buffalo
boss. We
Snowflake
took it.
here. Yeah.
I want to welcome Catman 56, my buddy Keith, into the room. How you doing? Keith, all the way up Minneapolis.
Hey, sorry about sending stuff your way.
Sorry, don't cut it. Turn the fan around and suck it back up.
We close the door there, bro.
Okay, I appreciate it, Keith, tremendously.
Too fucking late. The horse already gone. It's freezing its ass off.
How are you up there?
Hey,
What is the
Keith.
temperature up there, Keith?
Tonight they're saying 41 below with wind chill.
Oh my God.
But
Here I am complaining about my measly 11.
Damn.
Wednesday it'll be 22 degrees.
I'll tell you what, I will give it credit to the people who live up north. You have to be a hardy individual to A, want to live in that shit, and B, be
Well,
able to.
especially up there.
Yeah, because I'd be a wuss up there.
That's why.
Oh, no.
I
If I
told
moved to
Cal,
Minnesota, Michigan, any of that,
Well,
I'd be the
I told
biggest
Keith-
wuss. Everybody be making fun of me. Everybody.
hey,
I
I
hope you have
told
a
Keith, I
backup
said
power.
that's the ice
Big,
box.
tough Texan
That's
there,
the
huh?
ice box of the U.S.
Goddamn.
That's when you gotta have backup power systems, man. Because if your power systems go down at that kind of weather, you're gonna die.
Yeah, you
I
know,
mean,
it's-
I live up in the Northeast, but I'm not. It's over there in Minnesota. That's really brutal.
That's
'cause they're
brutal shit.
further north, and they're you're near the Great Lakes too, up in Canada. They get those nasty cold fronts. I
Yeah,
keep
well,
telling Gary, remember Gary Spring? Well, I tell Gary, I said, keep that cold air up in Canada. I don't want it.
I'm telling you.
Well, to be fair, though, I think everybody up north could say that we're tough and dumb for living out here in the South where it gets to 115 in the summer, and all
Yeah,
this
that's
other shit.
true. That balances it out.
Yeah.
Not to mention, there's a hell of a lot more maggots in the South than up north.
Yep.
Not to say that the
Are
North
you
doesn't
prepared
have
to
its
go
fair share of
outside?
maggots, but it's a lot more
Yeah.
maggoty where you guys are.
Yeah, I live in heat
Yeah, you got
country
that
too.
You ought to have snow behind you and turn on your camera.
Yeah,
We
Sparky's
get
right in the
used
heart
to
of
it.
maggot country. That's true.
Yeah, maggot and heat country in the summer. The highest it's ever been in my little town is 122 degrees.
That's pretty freaking hot.
Yep.
But PG&E,
What's the humidity
PG&E
level? Because down here, when we hit
Oh, right.
110 degrees, the humidity's at about, I don't know, 110.
It's a dry heat. You know that, John.
Oh,
It's
down
dry
here,
heat.
my ass. You can go outside.
Mine.
Oh, yours.
Mine is a
That's what
dry
I'm saying.
heat.
Yours is a dry heat. Mine, you
Yeah.
can take an empty glass, go outside, and switch it through the air, and get you a drink of water. I mean,
Well,
it's
mine
By
is
the way,
like,
John,
thick down
mine
here
is
when it
like-
gets hot.
mine is like walking out the back sliding glass door and walking into a blast furnace.
Well, now, see, I'd be more accustomed to the blast furnace. I would.
John, how do you keep
I'm
Jenny
a fucking
cool
welder.
in the
We
summer?
love heat.
John, how do you keep
Open
Jenny
all the
cool?
windows. Open all the windows.
Oh, for Jenny?
Yeah.
Do you give her? Did she like a bath or something?
Oh,
like
yes.
Cold,
Oh, yeah.
cold
Well,
shower bath.
Not when it's cold, no. In the summer?
No, I'm saying in the summer.
Oh, yeah. Right out of the water hose, buddy. She loves it.
Yeah, I spray mine with a hose
Cools
too.
her off real good.
Cool.
She'll sit there and, do what all donkeys, if they walk up to you and they turn their ass to you, scratch it, because that's what they want you to do, is scratch
Oh
their
yeah.
ass.
Well, there's no different with my
Like
dog.
my cat.
There
Yeah.
you go. No, Jenny's, I worry about her in the cold weather more than the heat. She gets plenty of water. She'll go out there and lay in the freaking front out there. She's got one
Hey,
spot
John?
that's worn down to, it's nothing like pulling up to your house, looking in the front and seeing your donkey laying on her back with all four legs straight up in the air. Like a fucking cartoon, like Play Dead. It's like,
Hey,
geez.
John.
Ah.
John, I didn't ask what you wanted to do to Donnie. We don't need you to scratch his ass. We're talking about
no.
Jenny.
No.
Not with the
I don't-
1,000-foot pole.
I don't want to get anywhere near that ass.
No.
It's like a black hole. It will suck you in. Look what it did to Lindsey
I'm
Graham.
telling you.
Ted Cruz, all of them.
Yeah. God.
And these are the people
Well,
that we
dude.
have to remember. Because
God,
Ted
they're such
Cruz
a
ain't coming up
disgrace.
again until 2024 or 6 or fuck, I can't remember now. Let me see. It came in and the big battle was in midterm 2018.
Yes, it was.
So
You get his ass for till 2024.
Yeah, 2024 is the next
Bless
time
your
we get
heart.
a shot.
That's a
and
good
John
point.
Cornyn
Can I
just
ask-
won this time, so I don't have
Can I
a
ask
dog
the
in the
family
fight.
a question? Can
Sure.
I ask the family? So
Put salve on it.
these
That's
senators,
what we recommend.
these seditious senators had a chance to dispatch their greatest threat to their chances to run for the president in 2024.
Yeah.
If they had gotten rid of Trump and said he can never run for office again.
You would wonder.
So I don't understand what they're thinking. Cruz and Holly. I mean, these guys are going to run for president, right?
Not
They're
anymore.
thinking that he's
Not anymore.
They're thinking
What?
they're going to get his supporters. They're thinking they're going to get his supporters and his money. That's what they're thinking.
Okay.
Ted
Well,
Cruz and Josh Hawley have shot themselves in the foot because they've continued to disgrace themselves even during and after the freaking attack on the Capitol. It's
I wouldn't be surprised if there's criminal charges coming against those two
would
guys
not
for
doubt it.
developing the insurrection.
'cause I'm wondering how many of them congressmen and stuff were at a meeting there on the 5th.
And Tommy Tuberhead too.
Yeah. Oh, that guy. Are you shitting
The
me?
potato head.
Really? That's Alabama. You can do better than that, buddy. I know he played good football. Good coach there. Did hell of a team. Great with the team there, but he's a freaking football coach. He is not a statesman. He is not there to debate the issues of our time. He is there as a vote. That's it.
Correction, the school's Auburn.
Auburn? Yeah, Auburn.
Well, it is in Alabama, but yeah.
Yeah, it's Alabama.
But don't be
the Crimson Tide.
calling Robin
No.
and calling
War Eagles
Alabama
and Auburn.
Auburn.
Oh,
yeah.
Auburn.
Or she'll slap you.
Oh,
silly.
I'm sorry, I got it mixed up. I'm not an Alabama fan, but I love Alabama as much as I do any other state in this union. I've been to Alabama many times. We have some
Great
wonderful
song.
Blue Dots. Out in
Sweet home Alabama. I love that song.
Indeed. Sweet home Alabama, California dreaming.
song.
Yep. I'm sure somebody wrote a song about Maine or
It's supposed to be the United
New York,
States,
New
for
York.
God's sake. We're all
Yeah.
supposed to have fun together.
We're
not
all in
supposed to
this
beat
shit.
each other up.
We are all in this shit together. Not always in the same condition. We're not, we're all in the same fucking storm. Our boats are different
Right?
sizes.
When
Yeah.
you go to a concert, right? When you go to a concert, you're not looking at people in that audience going, God, are these Democrats or Republicans,
Go
right?
ahead and
You're
brag
there to have
that you've
fun.
been to a concert. I'm 68
I
fucking
mean-
years old. I've never been to a concert. That sucks.
No, the only thing I bitch about
Oh,
at concerts is if someone's on their fucking cell phone on the front row. That's what
Right?
would piss me off at any concert.
And they got their light shining right in your face.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's when you need
What
to.
is I mean, people on their cell phones, it's
Slap
like
'em.
they're biblical cord.
Yeah.
Like they
Got
literally,
no
people
slaps
are
on.
like, in the old days, we used to go to bookstores and people were reading books. Now you walk into a bookstore, people are looking at their cell phone.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy,
Why would you
essentially.
even go to a bookstore nowadays?
right?
Yeah,
It's like,
it is sad. Our society changes, but it's only sad in the respect of nostalgia. Technology is going to advance pretty soon. We won't have print at all. Everything will be digitalized.
oh, yeah. Oh, for real.
We're halfway there as it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's only us, the older generation, that still like to hang on to paper or pen, know how to write things.
I don't know. I still like paper. I mean, I don't like cutting down trees.
Yeah,
but
you
I got
like
books.
using paper to keep the score on the board games y'all use. I know that.
Well,
I mean,
no,
when
not
you can
even.
when you can take your cell phone and start your car with it by going start, and your car starts up because you're talking to your phone. I mean, that's where we're headed.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
like that though. I like
No,
that.
it's cool. I mean, it's definitely James Bond
I wish
stuff.
I had one now because I don't want to go out there and start that freaking truck if I have to go somewhere. And then get in. I don't wait. I'm driving that sumbitch. I'm just shivering in the front seat until it warms up, which hopefully won't take long. But man,
Oh, my Subaru has seats that get hot. Like my Subaru does have
Mhm.
heating seats, which is really nice. I like that.
yeah, Mama is still kind of upset with me. I had a Jeep Commander that I enjoyed a lot that had heated seats.
But it wasn't a truck, and you
It
got
wasn't
rid of it.
I got to haul hay and shit. I have to haul shit. The Jeep was fine, but it's a Jeep. I can't haul a lot of shit in that Jeep, so I had to go get a truck. And so I traded the Jeep off, and ever since then I pointed out that the seat is not warmed when she gets in.
It's the premium Texas edition, but no
Yeah.
heated seats.
No heated
What's
seats.
premium about that?
Yeah, what's premium about that shit?
The chrome stripe at the
Mine's
bottom
a
of the truck.
2010, and now I go out and look at, I see them at the, wherever the newer the new Miss Lincolns out there.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot fancier.
Oh, that reminds me.
Huh.
That reminds me. They're going to have a special show tonight on CNN at 10 o'clock about Abraham Lincoln. So,
Yes.
Is that starting tonight?
Yeah, that Marcia and I
Yeah,
are going
10
to watch
o'clock.
that.
10 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, it's going to start.
10
Yeah,
o'clock.
we're
So
going
it'll be
to
9
be
o'clock
watching that.
yours.
Looks very interesting, and I've always been Abe Lincoln buff.
Yeah,
Not
I
out
think
of
that'll be
control.
9 o'clock your time.
Our plans are to watch that together.
Yep.
It's going to be a
Good,
series. So.
It is 7 right now. Should we call it so you can go into the blue room and then get ready for that?
Well, I guess so.
You can also check out what it's like outside.
Is it? I don't want to go out there.
I mean, it don't look too good.
No, it don't.
Oh, you were out.
Reporting
You
from
were
remote
out.
location outside. See,
It don't look good.
Were
at
you
all.
outside? Is it doing anything? Is it sleeting or?
I know we have out. He's got one of those things from behind you.
Well, it's impending doom on our
Yeah,
rebel
we're
base
impending
here.
doom outside.
I think they decoded the decoder ring and they're waiting
They
for us.
tracked it
outside.
by Travis's decoder ring, and they're closing in on his ass. Would you please run that way?
Yeah.
I don't have to outrun them. I just have to outrun you.
Well, I hope you are careful because I
That's
had
a
it
great
on the
line.
Weather Channel this morning.
love that movie.
and,
That's a
just
good
be
movie.
careful.
I saw that. I have that movie, The Great Outdoors.
The Great Outdoors.
Yeah, I don't have to outrun that bear. I just have to outrun
That's right.
you.
That's it. You don't have to outrun the bear. You just have to outrun your buddy. That's all. So stay in shape. You never know when you might have to run, and that applies to other animals that might eat your ass, regardless of what it is. If you could run faster than your buddy, okay.
Well, yeah, just don't try to outrun a lion or a cougar. It's better just to kind of maybe look them in the eye
Yeah.
and stand your ground because you're not going to outrun them.
Hey, you'll taste better when they eat your ass. They eat your face first and get it over
You're
with.
just like a mouse when you're running. You just look like to them. You're like, hey, it's a mouse. He's running. Good.
Hey,
It's,
hey, just, I hope,
Yeah, I don't want to
Trade 'em.
test
I
that
hope-
theory.
You
Right.
prey to
I
a
hope
mountain
you're-
lion if you turn around and run.
I hope you're double jointed so you can bend over and kiss your ass before
Yeah,
you
that's
go
what
goodbye.
it is. Yeah, bend over and kiss your ass goodbye. That's what.
That's about it.
No, I try not to put myself where those kind of wild animals are. You know what I mean? I just leave them alone.
I
Let 'em be.
figure if me and a mountain lion just happen upon each other and just like all of a sudden we're both going to do the same thing, except I'm going to step back in mine and run.
You have mountain lions in Texas?
Yes, we have mountain lions down here. Yes, we do. As a matter of fact,
Mm-hmm.
it really pissed Marcia off only about a month or so ago that a local down here, probably about 75 miles from me, posted his picture. He just shot a great big old mountain lion, and it just pissed us off. It just, why you want to fucking do that? Run him off your fucking property.
Why, they protect the species down there, John?
Not if you're on a ranch and the rancher can just say, well, he's got he's got cattle to protect, so they're allowed to shoot him. It's just a shame. It's a shame to see a big cat like that.
You have to report it to the Fish and Game out here if you're a rancher and you shoot a mountain lion.
Well, evidently here you just have to report it to Facebook. So, that's the way we are down
They try to relocate them in some places. Like the rangers will come out and try to tranquilize them.
I'd like
move
to.
them.
I'd like to think that would be the appropriate thing to do. But
that was a big stink out here in California.
Yeah, down here, if a rancher shoots one, well, it's like a trophy to him. Most of the ranches down here, they're all hunting ranches. Most of the territory down here is our big game hunting things. We have some mighty big deer down here. One of the biggest deer contests in the country is called the Muy Grande Deer Contest, and it's only from about 100 miles from here. I have been out on runs out in the middle of freaking nowhere in Texas. When I'm talking about an oil field road, when you're like 50 miles from the closest town, and there is a luxurious runway right there for a private plane to land next to that big old chateau you see up there on that fucking hill. So all those rich people can fly in there and then get in their custom little buggies and then go driven out to the deer blind where they can sit in a nice custom heated deer blind that has refreshments and everything in it. so they can wait for the deer to show up at that fucking deer feeder they set out there and set a timer on so the deer know exactly what time to get there, and so they can get the hunter there. It's, that's hunting, baby. That's the way it is down here. Some of these ranches down here, they spend their whole time, their whole season. You can see them at the feed store coming in and buying 20, 30 sacks of corn. And that's before deer season, baby. They're putting those feeders out there, and they get those deer on a time cycle. They know when that feeder's going to go off. After it goes off every day at the same time. Look, there's corn all over the place. It spreads it all over. Look at there. And that's, it's a setup. It's not really hunting. It's more like just assassination. Oh, look what I did. What the fuck did you do? You didn't do anything. You got drove up there. Somebody handed a gun in your hand that was sighted in real good. All you have to do is just basically put the freaking crosshairs on them. It's not that far away. It's not a 100-yard shot. It's more like about a 25-foot fucking shot. So,
and if you try real hard, you can hit one with your car.
Yeah, or one will hit you. One will hit your car. That's what happened to me. That's what happened to me. The last accident I had was I got sideswiped by a deer. My whole side door panel was caved in by a deer who hit me broadside. I was just driving along, minding my own business, officer, when all of a sudden this drunk asshole come out of nowhere, flying around. He had the stop sign over there. I was just cruising along. And next thing you know, I had airbags going off and shit.
Oh, yeah, I hate hitting them.
I hate it when airbags go off, buddy. That scares the shit out of anybody.
Yep.
Anyway, I guess we'll go ahead and call it an evening. I'm so sorry this evening that we had an interruption in our show, but that is our internet down here. Travis keeps telling about Skynet. Starlink.
No, not Skynet.
I'm sorry.
Definitely not Skynet. You want Starlink.
Starlink.
Skynet, Arnold Schwarzenegger will show up in your house and.
Oh,
right.
Right?
Let's not project Skynet. Let's let that just not ever happen.
I have no idea what it is.
That's Terminator.
I didn't see the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're almost there right now, so it's scary shit. Let's just not let it ever happen that far.
Yeah. Evidently not a good place to go.
Stop it.
Well,
terrible.
But evidently it's supposed to be really good. So.
Yep.
With the upload and download speeds, and
right now the beta is
shit.
still going, but now anybody can reserve one and put money down. I mean, you can have whatever feelings you have about Elon Musk. I'm not the biggest fan of him either, but I will say he's the first person to actually try to provide global high-speed internet for the entire planet, which our government hasn't done. It took long enough to even get this far.
When you introduce private enterprise into outer space, you're going to see massive advancements. They want to get your ass up into that new space motel that they're building. Believe me, it's coming. Damn it, it probably won't be in my lifetime. That sucks because I'd be the first one to go, yeah, I'll go. I want to go float around.
Yep.
Be too fucking old.
It'll be a club for the rich, man. It'll be a rich man's club thing. Oh, you want to go stand?
It will be indeed. No, it's not for the masses, brother. Like so much of the joys in life, it's not for the masses. So we find our joys in the things that we should, and that is our families, belonging to a cause, and continue to fight the good fight. Anyway, we're trying, and we ain't giving up. Shit, no, we got to rise this blue wave again, baby. We got to resurrect this shit and get it ready for 2022. Dust it off, baby. I got it right there waiting. Anyway, Chris, again, I want to thank you for coming by. We always enjoy it when part of the Horn family comes over to visit.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you for the warm welcomes and great conversation today.
Yeah, don't feel special. We do it for fucking everybody except Johnny Five. So, No, Chris, we always appreciate it, brother. Always enjoy your company. And David,
love everybody here.
There you go. And David, out in California, I hope the day and the week will go well for you, brother.
Will do. It will do. I'll hang in there.
You bet. Thank you for coming by and lending your voice.
Thanks for welcoming me here.
We'll do it again soon. And Johnny Fly, you got your ass in here again.
Yes.
Got your ass in here again. Well, we always appreciate it when you do.
I appreciate
I give you
being
shit, but
here.
you know I love you anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna take.
I know.
it
Well,
off.
you know, I could say I'd give you a blast of cold air, but it's
Yeah,
too
fuck
late.
you.
already
See
got
there?
it.
Yeah, I was on the cusp of liking you again, and there you go. Blast of cold air. Blasphemy.
Officially in the 20s now, by the way.
We're in the 20s now.
29.
We're at
Oh.
29 freaking degrees outside.
Wow. Now you know what we put up with up here.
Minnesota, 12 degrees below and going down.
Uh-oh.
You have
Hell
my
is
Looks like he
freezing
won.
over. I repeat, hell is freezing over, baby.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, Johnny Five, thank you for being here. And my man Keith up in freezing ass cold Minneapolis. Brother,
We close
please.
the door.
Take
We
good.
close the door.
Please, maybe it'll take a day or two to get out of here, though, man. I got the heater on full blast, aiming it your way, brother. Maybe some will come up there. I'm trying to help out both ways.
There you go.
All right, Keith. Hoorah. Take care of yourself. Semper Fi, my friend.
Be safe and be warm out there, everybody. Be care.
You bet. And
Yeah,
Robert,
you too.
and Robert Herron out in Oregon, where nothing is illegal. We appreciate your voice in here, brother.
We'll
What?
never blow glass in a room that's 30 degrees cold.
No, I don't want to go to a room that's 30 degrees. No. But my pipe
That's
is,
kinda like-
you ought to see my pipe. It is very beautifully blue.
Oh, awesome. That's
Yeah.
kind of like taking a glass out of the freezer and pouring hot water in it, right?
Yeah,
Just kinda
crack.
explode in your
Yeah,
head.
just going to crack. It's all over
Yeah.
the place.
But
Robert-
thank you. I had fun. I just had fun boomeranging tonight. That was a good time.
Yeah. There you Well, we appreciate your voice in here, and thank you for coming in. And Sparky Dunk out there in California. There's a lot of people live out in California, brother. Travis out there trying
Well,
to talk me into
it's
moving.
it's a nice place to live.
That's what I heard. Well, I lived there once, and it was nice when I lived there.
But I mean, I don't know if you
what y'all
want
did with
to
it
live
since
where
I left. I need to go back there and check. See,
I don't know if you want to live where I live because it's Republican country. But
hey, I walk amongst the enemy, baby. I don't fear them. They fear me.
but I came over here today because the Daytona 500 was delayed,
Delayed, bro. Ain't it sad?
and it's
So,
expected to
I'm
be
sorta like,
starting up again shortly.
So I'm just just a side thing. I'm supposed to just hang around here for your pleasure while you wait on the big show.
I'm either watching football or racing on Sundays. So
Well,
I'm
glad the weather
my
gods
schedule-
allowed you to come in and visit here. Then
yeah, I mean it was raining in Daytona today.
I know.
Damn.
I know. Canceled the 500
No, they're expected to do it still.
tonight.
There's just been race is expected
no
to resume shortly.
Well, boy, howdy.
So it's on Fox.
Well, what the hell are you doing sitting here talking to my ass?
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, good. You're multitasking.
Yeah, I can do that
you
on my computer. I know how to do that shit.
I'm still learning, brother. I'm still learning. Anyway, Spark, thank you for coming by and visiting us. And like I said, anytime a member of the Horn family comes over, especially you being the producer and all that, we appreciate your visit over here. Anyway.
Well, I'm trying to get more people, but a lot of them are saying, I have problems with
You're over here
Discord.
yeah.
So I told them last Friday. I said, I'll teach you if you want to learn how to get in there.
It's not that difficult. We'd love to have a lot of the Horn family in, and I was happy to see a lot of our Horn family, Velda included, last night. Came over to visit with, or not last night, but Friday night. Got to come visit with them. So yeah, interaction between the Horn family and the Blue Dot family. We love it.
Well, there's always an open door over there. You just have to click the link and use Skype.
Same way here, and use Discord. It's a family thing. Anyway, Spark, thank you for being here. Before we run out the door, I want to thank Michael Betts, who just joined our Patreon family. We appreciate it tremendously. Those that support the show through donations on Super Chat, Patreon, and PayPal, we appreciate it tremendously. It's what pays the bills, baby, and it keeps us on the air. So we appreciate it tremendously. We just graciously thank you. Anyway, again, Sunday night. Tomorrow's a whole new week. Ain't no telling what's going to happen. But I'll I'll dig into whatever it is, and we'll start our week again. And we'll be back here again for our next Blue Dot family meeting on Tuesday night. So until then, I want to thank all our Facebook family, all our YouTube family, and our Periscope family for coming by and lending a little bit of your time to us. We appreciate it tremendously. Wash your hands, wear a mask, stay the hell away from nasty-ass people, and try to put a smile on your heart. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Y'all say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
We'll see y'all.